So today we're talking about reciprocal teaching, and this is driven by the idea that we are going to let students be the teachers and learn through that process. Inherently, it seems like guided discovery is the primary result of being able to do this, and in fact it's a huge part of teaching in mathematics because we don't want our students to just become producers of information following a pattern that they've seen in math. We want them to know why they're actually doing it and to be able to actually apply it in other areas as well. So we're basically moving the student to an instructor, to being able to teach others in their group. Of course, this leads to increased comprehension and better test scores. But more importantly, this is not necessarily the reason why we're ultimately doing this. We want our students to be able to be critical thinkers, problem solvers, to be able to navigate through things. And so the strategies and the skills that they get from being able to predict, clarify, question, and summarize ultimately will end up giving them the ability to be able to do this. Now, there's a process that the book gives us, and we're talking about being able to have the students read something and then summarize it, basically being able to take a small text. And of course, this is something that we want to go ahead and start off with slowly, because they're going to have to learn, just like we did as teachers, how to go ahead and apply these different strategies. So we're breaking it up into single activities, whether we're talking about summarizing, predicting, anything like that. And so we're going to begin by the summarization piece, because being able to know what you're working towards is important. So having them being able to read these short pieces and then summarize, writing a summarized statement or a summary statement is important, because again, you're being able to translate what it is that you ultimately are thinking, that you want to arrive at as a conclusion, being able to put it into writing, and then of course being able to take that into your groups and work with it. So over the course of several weeks, we want to be able to again take one of these strategies, focus on it, give them the skills necessary, even demonstrate that as a teacher of what that looks like. Point out parts in your own lesson that you're actually using one of these strategies so that they're able to learn from it as well through example. Afterwards, we will put the students into groups of 4. One person within each group would be responsible for one of those tasks back here in summarization, questioning, clarifying, and predicting. So this is generally the form that we would be looking at, and of course this can be changed and modified, but ultimately what you're doing is you're trying to be able to, again, apply some of those summarization techniques that you had learned in the writing component of it and fill out your part of it as you assign different pieces of this, and maybe even rotating the assignment so everybody gets a chance to go ahead and fill out one of the strategies themselves. But they will take the piece of reading, they will go back to their group, and then each one of them who's assigned a different task here is going to fill out their part of it. And so ultimately, did you do these parts right that allow for you to come up with the solution or the prediction that you were looking for? This has a tremendous amount of benefits for the students. Of course, they receive more time for the individual learning. They're not sitting in a desk in front of a teacher. They're pursuing this on their own, which is called active learning, which is the result of that interaction between students. There's a reinforcement of the academics that's learned by teaching to other students. Of course, teach the teacher. We as teachers clearly understand that as we teach a content or a subject more, we learn more as a result of it. They feel more comfortable and open with interacting with students. This gives them more of an opportunity to go ahead and feel comfortable with taking risks or trying new things. And of course, the discourse between students really allows for them to be able to understand the content better, being able to talk the language, so to speak. So this is what we are looking for in reciprocal teaching. And again, this is a really, really valuable and easy strategy that can be implemented into the classroom.